If I can say nothing else about Alien Earth, I'll say that it's ambitious. They took the big step of bringing the Alien franchise to the small screen this week, and they definitely came out swinging. We've already had a ship crew slaughtered, a crash landing, dangerous alien specimens breaking containment, cancer kids' consciousnesses uploaded into synthetic bodies, and a search and rescue team finding themselves in need of rescue, all under the watchful eyes of competing corporations vying for control of the future. And all of that in just 2 episodes. It just might leave you breathless, but not necessarily because it's breathtaking. It's just as much exhausting as it is exhilarating. What is often breathtaking is Alien Earth's production quality, which is to be expected from a show whose budget is north of $250 million. But it really does look fantastic, just about on par with any big budget film. The sets, the props, the effects, and the creatures, it's all pretty damn good. At the same time, however, the story feels a bit all over the place, it's indulgent, and I have some serious concerns about the characters that may be front and center in this story. And perhaps most concerning of all, it seems to lack one of the finer points that made Alien, Alien. But we'll talk more about that after I set up the premise for the show. So that feeling in your chest are some minor spoilers for the first 2 episodes about to burst. The year is 2120, the Earth is divided up under the control of 4 major corporations vying for their vision to inherit the future, and humans are freely traveling the stars to advance science and humanity. Which, for about 100 years from now, seems ambitious for a society that was nearly brought to ruin over a jeans commercial, but I digress. We get a somewhat lengthy introduction to a space crew returning to Earth with a menagerie of alien specimens they've collected. It's especially lengthy when you consider that minutes later, everyone is dead, having died off-screen at the hands of their scientific research, and the ship comes crashing to Earth with only the cyborg captain surviving. Elsewhere, a boy genius trillionaire visionary scientist dweeb is uploading the consciousness of cancer kids into new synthetic bodies, having found a way to end death. Half a dozen kids undergo the procedure, led by the first girl to be put into a synthetic, Wendy, and like her, all the kids are named after Peter Pan characters. It's within the borders controlled by this boy genius's corporation that the ship, a product of a rival corporation, crash lands in. And the ship's cyborg captain, looking to secure his haul for his employer, has to deal with alien and rival corpo alike. Wendy, whose brother is a medic that's responding to the crash, asks for permission to go help, and she's sent out along with the other kids to go secure the crash and all the juicy profit on board. Except this profit comes with big, sharp silver teeth, a second mouth, and a penchant for devouring everything it comes in contact with. Wendy does indeed find her brother, but the xenomorph finds them both, and then the episode ends. Don't let my abbreviated recap fool you. While there are a few stretches that can be boring, there's a lot going on in these first 2 episodes. Starting on the positive side, like I said, Alien Earth is great to look at. The new creatures especially are inventive, creepy, and they become pretty horrific pretty quick. But of course they pale in comparison to the star of the show, the xenomorph. Outside of its first appearance, where it straight up looked like the xenomorph was backing up a rascal scooter to peer through a window, the creature looks every bit the horrifying killing machine that this franchise is known for. The show's also made some smart use of creative filming, having a good portion of the xenomorph's massacres happening just off camera to cut down on costs, but also delivering some of that terrifying alien experience people are looking for. It sure would be nice to see more of it, but they had lemons and they tried to make lemonade. I get it. And through 2 episodes, I think we've gotten enough of the trademark alien body horror to not feel gypped. While the visuals and the action and the horror so far have been pretty good, I'm not quite sold on everything else just yet. For starters, the show feels unfocused up to this point. It's clear that they wanted to tell a story exploring the ethics and consequences of putting terminally ill kids into synthetic, immortal adult bodies. But I'm not sure they're going to be able to mesh that very well with the kind of action horror story people expect of the franchise. So far, it seems like the show is going to be pulled in 2 different directions, or trying to tell parallel stories that never quite come together into one cohesive narrative. Also, the Alien series benefits greatly from the terror of being stuck in space, in a claustrophobic ship or station people can't easily escape from, being hunted by the universe's apex killing machine. Moving that scenario onto Earth, where escape paths and survival resources and backup are plentiful, I think you're going to lose a lot of what makes Alien unique. and simply including a xenomorph does not an Alien show make. I also think the show is fairly indulgent through 2 episodes. Each one runs about an hour, and the story they've told up to this point could have been told in half that time. Things could definitely be tightened up. Also, putting so many children, in a way, at the head of this show, after Alien Romulus's cast was basically teenagers, this is starting to feel like a conscious choice. Now, the band of merry kids saved from their diseases were put into the bodies of young adults, but in their minds, they're kids. So they act like children in adult bodies, and it's pretty uncomfortable to watch and creepy. I'm usually not a fan of child characters being front and center in any show or movie, but here, with adult actors pretending to be kids, my distaste is only amplified. Even the trillionaire CEO is little more than a teenager. I'm low-key hopeful that they get slaughtered soon, because if they become the focal point of this show, Alien Earth might be hard to watch. And I doubt they'll be killed off anytime soon because the show seems intent on keeping up this Peter Pan theme. Anyway, just a quick video on this new show for you today. I'm at least intrigued and will continue to watch it. And I'd say if you had an interest in Alien Earth beforehand, it's worth checking out and forming your own opinion. So far, Alien Earth has received a generally positive reception, but not a glowing one. It's currently sitting at a 75% from viewers on Rotten Tomatoes and has a 6.3 on Metacritic. Did you check out Alien Earth? Do you think it's going to succeed in taking Alien in a new direction, or do you think it's going to do the franchise a disservice? Let me know in the comments below. And remember to like the video if you liked it, and subscribe to HateWatchers for reviews of other current shows and movies. Thank you for saving kids from cancer just to throw them to the xenomorphs with me today, and I'll catch you on the next one.